Yeah, high motor, high energy. He's going to offer in that rim protection, lob threat. He's got so many intangibles too, especially on the defensive end, and a big part of our identity is having guys that can defend multiple positions, so we can change up different coverages, and he offers all that. So, really excited to get him down.
Is this more of a taller Taj for you guys on that end of the floor?
Oh, I'd probably say more of I don't want to put the expectation of like a Keanu replacement, but he definitely offers a similar skill set as that. Rim running big, great in early offense, great in finding places off the ball, great in an on-ball situation. And, Taryn and Pat are great passers, and they should just be able to throw it up anywhere, and he should go get it and finish it.
Yeah, Matt.
What kind of goals, is he going to be looking to smash this year? Is this a way to make a name for himself? Is he a guy who's come in to supply depth? Like, what's the goal, the outlook for him?
For his personal goals, and again, chatting with him too, is he's been made real clear that he wants to get as far as he can in basketball. This is his first professional contract. He's had to work for everything. He's come off a great fifth year in college, and we want to continue on that momentum that he's on. But the cool thing about him is speaking with him a couple of times over the phone is his real humble approach, but he has a real competitive spirit. So. He's going to come in, work hard, and try and earn everything. And, I'm very confident that he's going to have a fabulous career starting here and for many years to come.
I guess over the time you've been here, you've been very big on the character of guys as well. Can you tell us about just character and the kind of guy he is?
Yeah, work ethic. Understanding that you have to compete for every possession. It's one of those things too, you see it at different levels of basketball, and you can't pick and choose which possession in the game determines the win. You have to play for every possession, and sometimes as we get a little bit older, we start to more so for the player's perspective, you start to pick and choose the moments in the game that you think are determining factors. And I think we saw multiple games last year where Bull, for example, didn't quit on the possession and got the last minute charge or verticality at the rim, and that can be a real turning point of the game. So he's understanding that he has to come in and compete for everything, and whether regardless it's a drill, pre-season game or regular season game. Every moment you step on the floor and every time that you get an opportunity to showcase your talent, that's driven by your desire to compete, and we have the entire roster with that type of mindset.
Was there a particular, I know you mentioned a lot of good stuff about him, was there one particular selling point about him that said we've got to get him?
I guess the standout was, one, and I mentioned it obviously in the release, was, one of the coaches that we spoke to about him is he's an enthusiastic defender, and you see that, his ability to cover so much space on the floor. The more we dove into that and the more we saw it for what it was, it became pretty much a sure thing in my mind.
You're not concerned about shooting? Obviously, you said for him, it's not to replace Keanu, but he will sort of play a more inside role. Does that give you a lot more versatility, and you're not concerned with that at all? Where he's outside shooting?
No.
First time I've seen you since coming back. What was the experience like in the US?
Yeah, good. Yeah. No, good. It was cool to catch up with some familiar faces and meet some new ones. To be involved in that environment and sort of see how they operate day to day, and also dealing with some real high profile individuals. To be part of that whole Wemby show at the moment and seeing that firsthand for what it was, but then also getting to know him a little bit and recognising how down to earth he is. So I enjoyed it. It was good. It's good to be back home because it's been a long time on the road and come back a little bit heavier from it. But it was fun.
Have you had a chat to Keanu or Manny Nielsen up here in Cairns since they've arrived?
Yeah, both, multiple times. Caught up with KP for lunch, trying to get that Perth Wildcats playbook off him, and Nelly, obviously, who I spent 3 weeks in San Antonio with, and now another week up here. So showing him all the great local spots like Muddy's and all the other playgrounds that I'm generally accustomed to with having a 3-year-old. I don't venture out any further than that. So no, it's been great.
Forde, team's done. How would you summarise this group on paper?
Yeah, robust, young, fun, athletic. There's going to be, much like last season, there's going to be a learning curve, which I probably enjoy more as a coach than anything, because with this group, there's a lot of individual lofty goals that they have. Some guys have NBA in mind. Some guys want to establish their career in the NBL. But the common goal is that these guys want to win games, and they're all competitive. And so to put something like this all in the same room and just watch it grow and flourish is pretty exciting.
In comparison to the other teams and how they've built their rosters around the league, do you think the youth on this team will be an advantage or a hindrance?
Oh, look, I think I worked out the other day. I think we're like 23 years and 9 months average at the moment, so we're very young. Look, it's going to have its ups and downs. Veteran leadership doesn't always pan out how people would like to paint it on the outside. And on the flip side, I feel like Taj and Pat now coming in, they offer so much guidance and leadership that probably doesn't get acknowledged for what it's worth, and they've been fantastic. So, the young guys around them are all going to compete, and that's the main thing that we really, through all the players and all the lists and all the names we went through, because there was a lot of guys that didn't meet our criteria, who maybe had the experience internationally that would have, got some people excited, but they didn't meet the criteria that we were looking for in terms of our day-to-day. We want to win the day, and if we win the day and we string enough of those together, we'll do pretty well.